full time outside Dean Court then. AFC Bournemouth 1, Man City 4, here with Tom.
Got one, didn't we? Got one.
We drew the second half.
We did, yeah. We won when Ake. I think it was just sentimental. We thought we can't score past Ake. There's too much there. So we waited till he come off and won 1-0. So it was exactly as I expected when I saw the lineups. Thought the lads done all right. They worked hard. Do you know what I mean? We offered a bit, but for first half they showed a bit of vulnerabilities on the counter attack. And you think if we had one more body forward, which we've been playing in the last two, which apparently we've been really good, as Gary said. We might have offered something. I just get frustrated that we act like they're untouchable. They've dropped points to Brentford, to Villa, to Forest, to Everton, dropped points in the week. They're not untouchable, and we showed in the first half in transitions that we could break on them. But for some reason we thought, let's chuck an ex-centre half in for no reason whatsoever and just invite them on, and we never changed to a back five all game.
If we emerge with a draw out of that, would you be giving Gary O'Neill credit for going 3 at the back?
Yeah, but it was never going to happen. Never going to happen. You saw that for 13 minutes that we lost. It was never going to happen. The game plan's out the window before 15 minutes. So yeah, I didn't really get it, but it doesn't surprise me. And I worry now what we're going to do next week. So we're playing a team that are 2 points ahead of City with a game in hand. So what are we going to do? 6 at the back? I don't know what we're going to do. I feel for the lads, to be honest, because I think they're better than our managers giving them credit for. You look at like Territorial and stuff; they can beat them. Solanke's having to beat 3 of them on his own. And you think, we've actually got a bit, but we're being told to just sit back. It's just dull. You knew what was going to happen. It's just dull and boring. And 4-1, I would have taken it at half time. But it's the same old. I remember at the Etihad, what was it? Cheers. It was, I think it was 3-0 at half time at the Etihad, and then they scored 1 second half, and everyone went, oh, that was better second half, because they've won the game. Yeah. They don't have to do anything. So Gary will come out now and say lots of positives second half, we drew the second half, fine margins, could have had a VAR call, and it'll be all that rubbish, when really they had won the game inside 20 minutes.
It was really noticeable that whenever we had the ball, they were crowding us out so quickly. As soon as Traore had it, or Solanke. And Solanke was isolated as well, I found, during that first half especially. And
it's psychological as well. What you do is you say to a team, oh, we're changing our system to play you, we're going to play 5 at the back. They suddenly go, oh, we got no worries in behind now, really, you know what I mean? They're not trying to get forward, so it gives them more of an incentive. But yeah, it's when they had the game won and they started taking players off and bringing on players just to get them some minutes and taking off Haaland, and just then we looked all right for a bit, but game was done 20 minutes in, mate. So it was never going to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Arsenal and Liverpool next, because we'll obviously have a go at it. It just frustrates me because I feel like Gary O'Neill would have taken 4-1. I genuinely believe he'd have taken a 4-1 defeat. That's how it felt, because at 4-0 we kept 5 at the back. We never changed from 5 at the back. We're fucking 4-0 down. I feel for the players. I genuinely feel for the players, because I think they've got more ability than the manager's allowing them to show. I genuinely believe that. But in the grand scheme of things, did we expect anything today? Absolutely not. We've lost a game I kind of knew we'd lose, so yeah, we've got bigger fish to fry. Few results weren't ideal today, but equally Everton lost, Scummers obviously lost, so who knows. Got to clap back, so got to clap something in the end, so that was alright. But enjoyed doing the fan cast, mate, because I'm going to have a bit.
Cheers, mate, love it. Pete's here. Hi, Pete. Right. Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Oh, not too bad.
4-1 then. I think a lot of us were expecting a loss of some kind, and that probably went to form, didn't it?
Yeah, that sort of went to form. Having said that, they weren't as all-conquering as you would expect from City. We give them a go.
We did. It's so strange, going in at 3-0 down, and there were some susceptible moments from them in the first half, and we just weren't clinical. We got into good areas, but we could never really get a shot away. Barely tested their keeper. Same old story.
That's what they're good at, though, isn't it? Putting bodies behind the ball.
And when they score, it comes from nothing. We have the ball for a really good 5-minute spell, and then all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, they're up the other end scoring.
Yeah. Although I think the third goal was it. We give the ball away, and that was. We can't be doing stuff like that. Having said that, I'm optimistic. I don't mind. Well, I do mind losing, but if we're going to lose, at least lose and have a go, like we did. And we had a right go with them today.
But does it concern you with this match and the next couple of matches how the players might be mentally feeling? Because let's face it, it's not going to be easy at Arsenal, and against Liverpool, rejuvenated. I think that's going to be a problem as well.
Yeah, I know, but I think Arsenal's going to be a tough one. Fancy our chances against Liverpool. They're giving points away right, left and centre. But once we get over them, who have we got? We've just got teams all around us, then that's when the scrap will really start.
Yeah.
All the teams around us. Southampton might be having a new manager bounce, if you know what I mean. West Ham have just won 4-0 today, which I don't like. But
Yeah, lovely. All right, Pete. Well, cheers for coming on, mate.
Okay,
Much appreciated.
cheers, mate.
Yeah, I've got the cherries. We got Ben here. Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, so I'm all right.
4-1 then. Talk to me about it. Give me some positives from that, if there are any.
Positives, we scored.
Yeah.
Second half we won 2-0 technically.
What we scored, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Mepham, great goal. Took it well. Jefferson at least he got a goal. There weren't really many positives, were there? We looked a bit shaky at the back.
Technically, they're just a completely different level, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're really strong, they're really intense as well.
Yeah.
It seems, I just said to Tom, they crowded us out so quickly whenever they had the ball.
Yeah.
We had the ball. We didn't really get like 5 seconds on the ball. I thought that Jordan Zamora actually had a very good second half.
Yeah.
That's a positive to maybe think about. But
Yeah, I think it was all right. There were a few players that were okay. Thought Lerma, despite the fact that he scored, he looked quite off the pace. First half, he misplaced quite a few passes, quite simple ones as well. But yeah, City are a great side. I mean, I saw that they subbed on Sergio Gomez, who's typically a left back, and he was playing like a free-flowing attacking midfielder. Like, you know, they're a great side. And last time I was confident for a game was Liverpool. Lost 9-0. So that's just me. So now I'm going into Arsenal, obviously feeling that we're going to lose. So you never know, we might nick something.
what do you think about our wide players today? Because obviously it was a blow that Tavernier was not featured today. Weirdly, he was on the training photos on AFCB.co.uk, even though it was an old photo from October. They included that. Whether that was to bamboozle the opposition, I don't know. But on Friday in the presser, not available.
Yeah.
And then so it was Ouattara and Traore. But how do you think they did?
I thought Traore was actually all right. Ouattara, I don't know about him. He's struggling to get to grips with it.
I think Jayden
physically.
Anthony, he had a cameo of 15 minutes, but whenever he plays, he always produces, and I think he did well.
Yeah, I think Traore maybe struggled because it's the first time he's properly played off the left. Because obviously we've had Anthony there, Tavernier there, and it was maybe just a bit of a shock. Obviously he maybe looked a little bit out of his depth because it was playing against City as well for his first game playing on the left. But I think he's more suited to that kind of attacking midfield role with Billing then a little bit deeper. But it's all right. I mean, it's City at the end of the day. Like we've lost what now, 12 out of 12 against them. So
You're not too downhearted then.
no, well, I probably should be, but you know, as Ted McDougall said, I'm a glass half full.
Glass half full. Top man, Ben.
you.
Thank you very much, mate. Go on then, boys. How are you, gents? You all right?
Yeah.
Well, Adam, you go in the middle if you want. How you feeling, mate?
Good.
What? Even though we just lost 4-1, like what's making you
scored.
feel good? Yeah, we scored. Which Bournemouth player emerged with some credit for you today? Who had a good game?
I'm trying to think. I don't really know.
Yeah,
I haven't been thinking about it this match.
No, it is very difficult to. But I mean, Reece, what do you think of that game?
I think it was okay, and I'm happy we scored at least.
Yeah, but 4-1 against Manchester City. Like when you went to bed dreaming last night, what were you thinking that might happen today?
I thought we might draw 1-1.
Yeah, exactly. You know, who's your man of the match today?
Dango.
Yeah, Adango Ouattara. Would you say the same, maybe, Adam?
Yeah.
Nice one, boys. Thanks for coming on. We're going to sift it through because there's a few people ready. Simon and Josh. Josh is coming on first. How are you, mate?
Good.
Good. 4-1 loss, though, to be expected.
I think we should look at the positives.
Yep.
If there wasn't those three results, those three mess ups, it would have been 1-1. And we would have got on a point.
Did you think we were the architects of our own demise? We sort of created our own problems today a little bit, or can you give Man City credit? I mean, they're a good side, aren't they?
They are a good side. You could really tell the difference of how good they are compared to us.
Do you think we almost went out there a bit scared of them?
100%.
Yeah. We showed them a bit too much respect, do you think?
Defo.
Yeah. What changes would you make out of the Arsenal game? Because look, we've got Tavernier, let's just assume he's still not fit. Would there be any changes you'd make? I suspect he'll probably go 3 at the back again like he did today, but would you make any other changes?
I would probably go 4 at the back and put Anthony on.
Yeah.
Because that last 10 minutes, he was very adding to how we played.
So who's your man of the match for today then, mate?
Anthony.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you for coming on. Legend. You nearly left me hanging there. How are you? You all right?
Good, yeah, hi.
Right, so what's your usual word? Competitive?
No, well, not really.
We were competitive with the first 15.
And the last 10.
Yeah.
But it's kind of strange because that game, I've seen us play a lot worse and sometimes get results.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel like a terrible performance.
It's
At
weird,
no
isn't
point through the whole game did I think we deserve to be getting whooped.
It didn't feel like a 3-0 first half, did it, really?
No, because we gave away at least 2 goals, certainly maybe 3. So yeah, it's one of those strange ones. I think didn't like the 5 at the back, never do. I would have liked them to have a go at playing 4 at the back and just to see how we can do, but I can see why. And there were moments in that first half and also in the second half where we looked quite good, you know, in transition, and those are things that we have to keep working on. So I was a bit critical of Gary at the start with the kind of structure of the team, but then players that came on did pretty well. You know, I thought Rothwell had great energy when he came on. I heard you asking Josh about changes for next week. Maybe give him a game.
Yeah.
You know, because he might give you something else.
He was driving forward, really positive to see.
Yeah, and that was different because obviously Phil was kind of sitting a bit deeper a lot of the time, you know, when we didn't have the ball. So there may be an opportunity there, but, you know, it was all right. It wasn't great. You know, City are just a different beast completely.
Yeah.
You know, they're off the charts when it comes to we in the way. We're all right there. But yeah, no, they're really good, and you can see how quick they can pass the ball and they're just speed of everything. So that's not the battle we're up against, but I saw enough there to feel confident that it was another micro progression from where we've been in the last few games, and that's all I want to keep seeing.
And do you think that's what Gary's going to be doing in this team talk?
Well, hopefully, because that's what he says every week, isn't it? He doesn't exactly go, well, that wasn't very good, was it? Or that wasn't very good. He'll say the same things over.
But there were some bits to improve, though. I mean, you know, the hospital ball for their third goal wasn't particularly great. A few players were making silly mistakes.
I'd say the first 3 goals, and I think the first 2 goals were because we're not used to playing 5 at the back. You know, you could argue that many of the goals we've conceded when we've played 5 at the back are because the defenders don't actually know their best positions when we're playing 5.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z was caught out on numerous occasions because he's not very good at playing in a 5. Yeah. So there's a few things there that you can say, well, that was because of how we set up, not because of how great they were. Yeah. They are a great team, but, you know, onwards.
Onwards and upwards.
Let's go.
Simon, nice
Take
one.
care.
Cheers, mate. Hello, bud, how are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Tom.
Tom, talk to me, mate. What do you think about that performance?
Kind of at the start dug ourselves going 5 at the back.
Yeah.
Because we've got defenders not capable of playing 5 at the back.
Yeah.
I would say just go for the Senesi and Stevens back because they want to know how to play 4 back.
It's never really worked when we've gone 3 at the back, has it? I mean, I think that during the second half when we played Forest, we had to use that formation in it, and it worked. But that's because we were being positive with it. It seemed from the off today we were going 3 at the back to try to soak it up,
and we gave it away so early.
Yeah.
We gave away like 5 seconds in, and just constant pressure. And against Team City, you can't keep taking the pressure just from 90 minutes because you will take a toll. One mistake gone, and you could see that. Billing passed straight across, scored.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I mean, that half-time team talk that Gary Neal said, I mean, look, we came out and drew the second half. It was a better second half, but how much can you really look into that when Man City were probably, you know, sitting back?
Yeah, I would say against City, they're just sitting off there, sealing the game. Not if they wanted to, they could have gone and scored 4 more, 5 more possibly. Made it messy. I was thinking half-time, this could go one of 2 ways: go back to being Liverpool, battered, or they just sit back. Luckily they did, but yeah.
Who's your man of the match today? If you can muster up a name.
I don't really know. Jeff was quite good, sealed off with the goal. I'd probably have to say Jeff because Don was okay, but didn't get the most in. Dango, okay. Jaden was good when he came on. I'd rather him started, but
yeah. And how does it make you feel finally, ahead of obviously Arsenal, Liverpool, but for the rest of the season as well? Does that performance give you any hope?
I wouldn't say. Today's shows we're way off the big teams, and just we should worry about the teams around us. Teams like that, don't just worry about them. Yeah. Just play how we did against Wolves, against teams like Wolves, Southampton. Just play like how we did, and we're fine.
You never know. Tom, thanks very much, mate.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Cheers, mate. Hi, are you alright? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah,
Just to show you, not walking. That's my New York State driver's license. We've flown 3,000 miles here. This is my brother-in-law, Mark.
Love that from you. Come on, just to the right bit. What's your name, sir?
Roy.
Roy and
Mark.
Mark. Nice to have you here. What a game to go to. You watched some of the best players in the world, but enough about Jack Stevens. Manchester City were brilliant, weren't they? We've got to give them a lot of credit.
Yeah, they were good. You know, I didn't expect anything less. Like, the problem we had was we had a specific time where we had to come.
Yeah.
We're either going to see the Man City game or the Liverpool. There's a great guy, John. I got to mention John Jenkins in the ticket office because he's phenomenal. Got us tickets, and so yeah, this is his first time ever to a Premier League game.
So what did you think then?
I thought it was awesome. You know, I've been a soccer fan my whole life, and I've played my whole life, and I still coach. Yeah. And you know, this was a little break I had in between coaching. I start back up in a few weeks, and to come over here and see a game, awesome experience.
Brilliant. So what do you think about the Bournemouth performance today then? Because we knew it was going to be difficult. It turned out to be difficult. 15 minutes in, conceding, and Man City didn't really seem to have to work too hard to get that 2-0 and then 3-0.
Yeah.
It was just a routine performance from them, really, wasn't it?
It's a big gap between us and them. I didn't think. I know. I'm in a predictor lead, and I put us down for a draw.
That was optimistic.
I was hoping, but you know, you gotta go for it. So
how does that performance make you feel for the rest of the season? Does it inspire you? Do you think that we can get results against the teams in and around us?
Well, we've got a tough run of games. Next one, Arsenal, and then Liverpool. But after that, we get Fulham, Palace. You know, I like the squad. I like the players that they brought in. You know, I thought they were, you know, basically they're brought in and say, okay, then get out there and do it. And I think they've done quite well. So I'm hoping, you know, like the next two games, you know, if we can scrap a draw,
I'll
get
take
a point
that
out of the next two.
Absolutely,
really.
would take that. What do you think of the atmosphere here today? Oh, the Man City fans, they didn't stop singing that. So I think they're doing a bit of Fleetwood Mac for about 15 minutes non-stop.
Yeah, we were in the other stand away from them, so I couldn't really hear.
We're in the section of the stand where they all stand up. Nobody sits down, and they just non-stop.
You know, you could hear them singing. I couldn't hear what they were singing. Our section was pretty good too. We were pretty loud.
But sadly, not the result. So when are you hoping to next see the Cherries, or is that a long time?
No, we fly back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's a quick visit because obviously Mark's got to go. He's got his coaching to get back on.
Oh wow.
So yeah, we spent 3 days in London and went around London and then come down on Friday.
We follow your blog in the States. We keep track of. It's awesome. You do a great job.
I've actually been on one of your shows. You probably don't remember me.
No, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was a while back though, wasn't it? But
yeah. That was a long time
well,
ago.
you're always welcome to come on, you know, whenever you're here. So thank you very much, gents.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, and thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Have you got one last voice? I think. Hello. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Yeah.
Talk to me. How are you feeling? All right.
Do you know what? It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a bit perverse sometimes, but I still think there's an outside chance that Everton, Leeds, Leicester, who else is down there?
Wolves.
We got 3 points off Wolves. I think, you know, if we can get sort of 10, 12 from the 5 around us that we've got, there's still an outside chance.
Yeah.
Everton are struggling. We've got to focus on ourselves, obviously.
Yeah.
But
these are never the games that we're going to gauge our season off, is it? It's always going to be the teams in and around us. And the start of Gary O'Neill, as he was permanent head coach, we weren't getting the results, but I don't know, performances seem to be better. So it is giving me some hope when we go into the games after Arsenal and Liverpool that we might be able to get something. And it's vital we do, isn't it?
It is. And I you know, all these people about, you know, let's get rid of O'Neill. Let's get rid of him. I mean, there's no one out there. Who are we going to replace him with? So actually, he knows the club. He knows everything. He knows the players. The players are playing for him. It's pretty obvious.
And Southampton have demonstrated that, you know, they were going to get Jesse Marsh, but they didn't. And obviously, they've got the guy that was there already as well. So it's difficult to hire new faces.
I'm still. It'll go down to Goodison.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll be an exciting. You know, it'll be one of those nervous moments for us in May, April, May, whatever it is. But still quietly confident. I mean, City switched off.
Yeah.
after 20 minutes. They're probably thinking it's Tuesday night's FA Cup game or whatever.
Yeah.
But they switched off, but we didn't drop. We just kept at them. And apart from a few balls that were bobbling around, we might have got another one. You know, all right, we wouldn't have taken them to a point, or we wouldn't have got anywhere near them in terms of winning. But actually, our heads didn't drop. We kept going, albeit for a few positive balls rather than a few loose ones. We might score another goal or whatever. But if we play like that and keep up the momentum, when we play the clubs that are around us, there's some outside chances of a couple of wins, 2 or 3 wins, and I don't think you're not going to need 40 points this year. It's going to be
that's right, yeah.
It's going to be 35, 36, maybe even less.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Who knows?
I'm still quietly confident. Still quietly confident. I want to be because
Yeah, I love it.
we want to be in the Premier League next year. You know.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Brilliant.
Really
Thanks, Sam.
appreciate it. Lovely.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Cheers.
much. And thank you to everyone that has watched. If you can just hit the like button, we would truly appreciate it. I don't know why I'm going like that. It's that way around. And also subscribe to the channel as well. Look, we've got a match day vlog that's coming on Sunday for you. Also the second look in our studio, that's going to be on the Monday too. And also stand by for 2 away day shows back to back, a double bill coming up in the week as well. Plus we'll be looking forward, of course, to our trip to the Emirates. See you soon.